Not much, nothing much. All right, let me just explain something real quick. I have a podcast that I do where I just talk to random people on the internet, and this is how I do it on stereo. So, are you okay with being on the podcast?
Yeah, sure. As long as we stay on topic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, the topic is dating advice. Okay, cool. So, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Sauce. I've been on here a couple months. Calling out of California,
Okay,
and
cool.
that's what about you?
My name's Aloysius, and I live in North Carolina right now, and I'm recording this in my closet because that's the quietest place in my house.
It makes sense. You get good acoustics in there.
Yeah, yeah. So, I have not had good I have not had good experience with dating. Not yet, anyway.
Uh huh.
Just being honest, I mean, I could get a girlfriend. It's just that I can't keep a girlfriend. That's the thing.
Right. That's usually one of the biggest problems.
So, what's some like general advice for that, Sauce?
Well, how old are you?
Right now I'm 18.
Oh shit, you're 18. You're still young. So
Yeah, I'm pretty young.
you can go out. You can go out and you can find somebody. You can talk to somebody. But you don't have to make it too serious right now because you still have to focus on yourself right now. You still have to figure out what career you're going to pick in life, or however you're going to make income. What are you going to do to get there? Meaning, what kind of education are you going to pick up to complete that goal and to get the knowledge to have an income that you want? The median income in the United States is about 50,000. So that's basically what you need to survive. So that should
So
be
I should,
everyone's goal. You know what I'm
so I should
saying?
get like. Sorry, man.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was gonna say so I should worry about my basic needs first before I should broaden the spectrum. I don't
Yeah.
know with that allegory.
You should still be active in dating. You know what I'm saying? Still testing the waters. Figure out what do you want to do in life. Do you want to get married? Do you want to be monogamous, polyamorous, or whatever the case may be? Figure out what do you want. What do you think makes you the happiest? You know what I'm saying? Being a father, not having kids, whatever the case may be. So get rooted first,
All
and then
right.
test the dating. But I tell people all the time, don't really get serious until you're 25.
All right. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. So okay, what about this scenario, right? This happened with my most recent girlfriend. I guess I've had four throughout high
Mm-hmm.
school and middle school and explanations. Uh, so there was this girl, right? I was talking to her for 3 months. We never officially said that we were anything, and then she goes off and ghosts me for like 2 weeks, and then I see on her Instagram that she's dating a new person.
Mm-hmm.
So like, that just really confused me. So I don't really know what to do after that. Like, how do I trust another woman like that? After that.
I mean, see, the thing is, when you're young, you just have to realize, people make decisions, and she's trying to still find herself and what she wants, and you're doing the same thing. So, like I said, you really don't have to you really don't have to hold anybody to a standard of loyalty until you're up until like 23, 24, 25.
All right.
Like if I was to meet a girl that was 19 right now, I mean, I'm not gonna take her too serious and actually go for everything she says. You know what I'm saying? She's still young. She still has the world to figure out. She hasn't been at any parties, any bars, or anything. She has little to no experience in this world. So I'm not gonna sit there and now if she wants to be faithful, that's good. But I'm not gonna be like pressure her to be faithful and loyal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That makes
It's like
sense.
you. It's like you can get your driver's license at 16, but do you really trust them behind the wheel?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Brain's still developing. You gotta test the waters a little bit before you know, settle, I guess.
Yeah, because commitment, that's a lifetime thing. You got to deal with kids and marriage and other things that's going on, family issues. It's a lot to deal with. It's not just a boyfriend and girlfriend label thing.
It's a two-party thing. It's a commitment.
Right.
Yeah. So, what else is there? I'm not really good at talking about dating advice. I don't really talk about my dating life.
Well, you don't have to talk about yours personally. You can just ask me, the culture of it,
All
just
right.
how it is. I usually, well, nowadays I talk about dating during COVID and things like that. So
That just popped in my head before you said it. Like what would be like a good way to like find like a way to date a person during COVID? You know?
well, you have to be like the eighth person I told. So hopefully it's catching fire. But I tell people to go to the market. If you live next to a Whole Foods or any big supermarket chain, there's always people in there. Everybody has to eat. So, like I said, you find single people in there all the time. It's better than a club because it's not a lot of music. Girls aren't always defensive. They just get some popcorn or whatever. So they're not like worried about, oh, this guy's trying to get me drunk or something like that. He's trying to take me home. No, you just go in there, easy icebreakers, casual conversation, get a number, get out.
All right. But then,
So like I
like,
said, Target, Walmart, whatever, huh?
then like what's like the next steps after that? I getting a number is pretty daunting, but then once you get the number, what do you do?
Then you just have a regular conversation and get to know the person. If you know what you want in life, let's say for a fact that you want to get married. That's what you grew up around. Your mom and dad was married, or maybe your grandma, grandpa, whoever. So you grew up in that environment of marriage, and that's something you always wanted since you were 8 years old. So if that's what you truly want in life, then you communicate that with that person after getting to know them and just figure out what they want. Because like I said, if she could be 19 or 21 and she could say, well, I'm not ready for commitment right now, whatever the case may be. So, you just be like, oh, okay. You just take that into consideration.
Got it. What else? What's a piece of dating advice that you've gotten like when you were younger or something that just stuck with you?
When I was younger, I don't know. Don't talk to strangers. I pretty much taught myself about dating because our parents never really teach us about dating and what we're supposed to do in a relationship. They just say wait till you're 18 or wait till you're out the house, whatever the case may be. So a lot of things we have to figure out on our own. And then once we get of age and we're in our 20s or whatever, or 18, we're out of high school. Now it's too late. You're really supposed to start young, just socializing and talking to the opposite sex, just so you have a gist of how things go. Now you don't have to be too serious. You don't have to be sexual either, but just having a conversation and going out, interacting. Those are things you're supposed to learn when you're about 16, 17. You know what I mean? Like, also while you're going to school.
Right. Okay. I was.
Because you don't want. Go ahead. What were you saying?
In school, I was never, the person to, talk to, or I was more like the person who like sat in the back, only talked when like there was a question asked. We had a friend group, but like none of them were in my class, which means in classes I was the quiet person. So it just like for introverts is what I'm trying to get at. For introverts, how would you give advice to an introvert who like has very little to no social skills?
Right, and I was the same way. It's like going to a new school. You just have to break out and just introduce yourself. Always, look into the mirror, keep eye contact in the mirror at your house. Have a conversation. Like I said, stereo is a good way, but stereo wasn't enough when I was growing up. So just having one-on-one conversations. Like I said, you can just look in the mirror, or maybe what's those video roulette apps?
Like Omegle.
Yeah, something like that. I never got on it, but something like that where you can connect face to face with someone and just have a conversation and keep eye contact, and just practice. You know what I'm saying? These are just ways to practice.
Gotta practice on the internet.
Yeah, this is somebody you don't know, so you're not obligated to for anything. So you're just having a conversation. You're getting your practice skills up, just like I'm doing. I'm on stereo. I'm practicing on my vocabulary and word etiquette and things of that nature.
That's why I started like getting to like talk to people. That's why I started this podcast, to just find people on the internet and just talk to them.
Yeah, I mean talking is good, but then once you meet in person, that eye contact. You want that eye contact to be there. You don't want to be like, oh shit.
Can't look you in your eyes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she may be cute or whatever the case may be, and you're gonna be shy still. But like I said, this is real good. It breaks out of that texting phase that people do, where they just text. It's like we'll talk on the phone.
People have told me that I am an awful texter. So, you have any tips for like people like text? Like most of their relationship is through texting, and they haven't really spoken like verbally. Have any like tips for that?
I mean, so are you a caller? Like you like to call on the phone?
I do. I like calling more than texting, but some people don't like calling. That's what I'm really asking about.
Well, in a relationship, texting is cool, but I'd rather do calling. If I can't be I can't be texting paragraphs. I don't. You know how like this is a conversation we've been on here like what 2 minutes? You know how long it takes to text all this, type all this?
45 minutes.
I know. So it gives that quick engagement where I could say something, you could say something. Sometimes with texting, you may read something the wrong way, and you're like, "What did this person say?" It happened to me all the time, and I'm like, I'm trying to call so you can understand what I'm saying, and the tone of my voice, so you can understand things. But some things you can't articulate through text. So I'd rather be a caller, especially in a relationship. Now, if we're already dating and you already know me, you know how I talk, you know my dialect. Yeah, I can text something, quick on the way. But beginning to first meet someone, no, I gotta call. Now we can text if you're busy at work or something, but when we get downtime, I gotta call.
Gotta call.
Got a video chat. You know what I mean? We got some questions there, so anytime you want to hit that play button.
All right, hitting the play button on stereo.
Hey, just checking in. Hope all is well. A very relevant topic, especially as we embark on the National Day of Love. Big air quotes there. I think that if you are loving that person 365 days of the year, then you're doing your job. But if you put all your energy into one day, then that's what you're going to get out of your relationship. Just one day of happiness. So thanks for creating dope content. Hope to talk to you guys soon.
Yeah, I always hated Valentine's Day. It's always been just like one arbitrary day. It's like, oh, today you definitely have to love me.
Yeah, I don't really celebrate those kind of holidays. Only birthdays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and New Year's.
Okay. So look, yeah, that seems right. I don't know what to say after that. Uh, so like, oh, here's a good one. Anniversaries. Anniversaries. I've never dated a person for over a year, so I've never had an anniversary.
Uh huh.
Uh, so like how I had somewhere I was going with this, but I can't think of it. How do you think like? Yeah, never mind. I was gonna play the next question. I forgot where my train of thought was going.
Oh, you can play this one.
Also, something wrong with texting is you can't hear emotions, so like the things you say can be taken the complete wrong way.
You're right.
Right.
All that is not. It's go down the drain real fast. Like,
Right. No, if I want to get serious with somebody, I'm like, no, we got to call. You have to get to know me first and know how I'm saying things before we get to heavy texting. Man, I want to know what you were about to say about anniversaries. I can speak on anniversaries.
I don't remember. There was a train of thought, and then I lost it. Just I don't know. Spit something out about anniversaries, man.
I mean, anniversaries are cool, but you know, I don't do dating anniversaries. The only anniversary I want to celebrate is our wedding anniversary. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. That I was mainly going to like dating anniversary. Wedding anniversary is kind of far off for me. And he's muted now. So
No, I'm here. I'm looking.
yeah, I know. You were just muted, so I was like, I don't know what to say.
But like I said, dating anniversaries. I mean, nah, because I mean, listen, I focus on the marriage aspect of relationships. So I don't do the whole 8 years of dating. That makes no sense to me. You might as well just go ahead, tie the knot, and get married and call it a day. That way you can have an anniversary of your marriage.
Right. So like, what would be like a good first date? And I'm asking on like the introverts. Like a good first like introvert people's date.
A good day for everybody is like maybe the mall, a coffee shop, Starbucks, something like that. You know, things you could do maybe like you know, a picnic or something. Go out to the park, have some snacks. If you live near some water, just go out to like the lake or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Just like something simple, something not
Yeah,
overly expensive.
yeah. Something simple, not overly expensive. And then you can just step it up, you know, when you get further into dates.
Have a small stepping stone, so the next day could be a better date, and then the next day, no.
But have dates to places you go. Now, you know, some guys, they do have a lot of money and they might not go to Starbucks. They may just go to expensive places on a regular day. So I mean, that's fine for them. But the average people, you know, just, you know, Starbucks, Coffee Bean. I choose these places because more likely they have everything. They have snacks, they have drinks, customizable drinks, good atmosphere. They're usually playing good music, pop music, soft jazz, something like that. So it's all, like I said, and if you can find like a real upscale Starbucks where like there's like they have Wi-Fi, 30
Right, yeah.
sometimes they have couches in there. Sometimes some of them.
sometimes Starbucks be like full blown cafes, and some just be
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm
"Here's
saying.
your
Yeah,
drink, now leave."
yeah. So I'm saying if you could find that cafe style, that lounge style, of Starbucks or coffee house or whatever, those are the perfect places for a first date.
Uh, just like somewhere people can sit down and talk, right?
Yeah, someplace where somebody can talk. It's not too loud, but it's still in a public area, so she doesn't have to worry like, oh my god, this guy,
Like they don't feel like that you're a threat.
Yeah, someplace with like a patio. Like I said, if you got like a little out for summertime or spring. It's like the patio outside. That's perfect.
Right, right, right. Uh, Next question. How long, how long would you be going on dates before you officially say you were in a relationship? Like, is there like a certain time frame or a certain amount of dates, or does it just feel right sometimes?
Probably like 1 or 2 weeks.
Like one, okay.
You're talking to like mostly people. Most people listen. Most people I speak to, and everybody has the same thing to answer. I say, how long when you go to school, and you're 18, so when you go to school, how long does it take for you to get to know somebody, introduce yourself, and be friends? Most people say 3 days, 3 to 4 days.
Okay.
So the same thing applies to boyfriend and girlfriend.
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks, 2 weeks maximum.
Okay, okay. That what if the other person doesn't feel that way? What if they're just like, oh, these are fun dates, but I don't know if you're boyfriend material.
I mean, well, then it's a waste of time. Listen, when you go up to a girl, you're talking to her, and you're trying to get to know her. Hey, what's going on? My name's I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. My name's Sauce. She already knows what she's want out of you. She's like, oh no, sorry, I have a boyfriend. Oh, we can be friends. Or, oh yeah, I'm interested in you. You're a cute guy. She already knows this. You already know this. You know your intentions. She knows her intentions. All she has to confirm is if you're a good person or not, and how you operate. And that's the same thing you have to do for her. So these are the only things you're really figuring out. And that's the purpose of going on dates.
All right, I hate to interrupt, but we have to go to like a sponsorship break. Okay, so
All right, so good.
here's our sponsor. And now we can go back to talking. It's just
All right, cool.
it's just a few like seconds of awkward silence so I can split it and whatever later down the line.
Yeah, it's all Gucci.
So
But
sorry, what you can say?
no, go ahead. What were you saying?
So after you officially become boyfriend and girlfriend, like what's the next steps after that? Like I'm just going down to like the timeline. What do you think the next steps after, like she's like, yeah, you're my boyfriend, and he's like, yeah, you're my girlfriend? Like what's the next step after that?
And then after that is just, like I said, continuing to get to know each other, asking more serious questions about marriage and kids and what they want to do in life, and just seeing if you can coexist together, the longevity. So you're just continuing on months and months, and then you're going on to meeting the parents. Then you're going on to, like I said, in a couple months down the line. Let's just start at 25. In a couple months down the line, engagement. In a couple more months, the marriage, and then you're focusing on careers and kids and things of that nature. And then you're just living out the rest of your life.
And that's like long term.
Yeah, that's for the long term. I'm just starting at age 25.
Yeah,
When you're younger, you still need more time. You need like a year and a half or maybe more just to figure out what you want and who you want to be, and just get all your planets in order. You know what I'm saying?
But like, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right?
Yeah, not when you're young. Yeah. I mean, if
Because
you
some,
find
sorry,
one that you really get along with and you're really like, you know what, she might be the one. And like, if y'all can continue, let's say if you meet a girl tomorrow, if y'all can continue up until 25, then you know you're set.
so like don't like especially with young people, they always like, oh, you're the love of my life and ready to marry right after high school, and then like 3 years later they wind up getting a divorce. Like, or sometimes they like have like does it just like depend on the person, or do you think like sometimes there's just like growth between the people or something like that? I don't know.
I mean, you see, the thing is, when you're young, and let's say young people do get married, which happens all the time, more than likely they have that family backing that can help them with whatever problems they're going on. You know what I'm saying? Because let's say if you're 19 and you get married, they're both 19, and you have that family system where his godparents, her godparents, they're coaching them along the way. They're going, they have an issue. They go to their parents about asking their married parents how to do this, how do I deal with that, and they can give them advice and keep them together. You know what I'm saying? They have that trust where it's like, okay, well, everybody knows each other. You know what I'm saying? It's just that close knit family where everybody, like, let's say her parents knows his parents. You know what I'm saying? Like that close. And whatever problem they're having, they know they can talk to elder people about it, and they can work through it. If they have that system, more likely you'll stay together even if you're young. But if you're 19 and you're just getting married and you don't have that system, when you have problems and people don't want to go to a marriage counselor, it's like, well, damn, who do we go to? Like, they don't know what to do and they just end up breaking up.
Right. So we have a message. I'm gonna play the message, and if it's on topic, I'll continue. But
All right.
play the message.
Hola, 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 hola,
Well, that was not on topic at all. But yeah.
Yeah. Because, I tell people, if you feel like you found the one at 21, hey, just keep it going till 25. Or, if you want to get married at 22, that's cool. But just know that there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. You'll have more ups and downs till, if you're 26.
Right. So, man, I dating advice is not my sphere, so it's kind of hard for me to ask questions, man.
It's all good, man. We all have learning experiences. Because that's the thing, like, everybody's dating, so, you just give it time.
Do you have any, like, other, like, general advice, like, dating advice?
Like I said, one would be grounded with yourself and always be honest. How you start a relationship is gonna be how you finish a relationship. So if you started off, on a lie or whatever it is, then more likely your relationship is gonna fail.
Because it's built on a lie.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Be sure, and like I said, be sure of what you want. Like I said, when I say be grounded, be sure of what you want, because some people, they think they want a monogamous relationship and they really don't. Some females think they want to get married and they really don't want to get married. They want the ceremony, but when it comes to actually being with a man and for a lifetime, it's like, oh, I didn't really think of all of this. I didn't really think I had to be with them through the ups and downs. I thought it was just gonna be all ups.
Right. So earlier we were talking about while you were still in the boyfriend phase, asking about the other person, what they want for the rest of their life. Like, do they want kids and stuff like that? My question is, how long do you wait to ask them that?
About kids?
Yeah, about like kids and marriage and stuff like that.
Well, just going with the flow. It can come up during the first or second date because it's not a too serious thing. You're just asking hypotheticals at this point. Or if they have kids, then that'll come up during the first. That'll come up, maybe during introduction or maybe during the first date if they already have kids. So I'll say around the first or second.
Okay, okay. I will say this to our listeners: if you have any questions, please send them in. Or any comments. I'm about to play their next message.
If you're dating someone, do you think it should just be exclusive, so you're just dating them? I had a partner who I'm currently with now. We were dating for quite a while. Nothing seemed to sort of progress from the dating. And when I finally sort of made the move to say, like, let's be more than just, after that, I found out a bit later that he had slept with someone while we were dating, because I have a rule that I'm not sleeping with someone unless I know it's going somewhere.
That should be established during the first date. So when you go on your first date, that should be one of the things that's brought up. What are you looking for? Do you want to be exclusive? Do you want to be in a monogamous relationship? Do you want to be in an open relationship? Is this a one-night stand? Whatever the case may be, you want to establish all that during the first date. That way you know what you're expecting. And then later on, if this person isn't holding up those expectations, you can say, hey, this is what you said you wanted, and it seemed like this is not what you want. So then you can just leave. Because you don't want them to sit there and keep lying to you. Or you being on the pretenses,
Like the girl I was dating. She, was with me for, talking to me in air quotes for quite a few weeks, and then ghosted me, and then wound up dating a whole new person.
Right.
Kinda hurt, but I worked through it.
Right, I understand. But that's what I'm saying. This was for 25 and up.
Yeah, 25 and up, which I'm not in that demographic, but yeah.
For you, like I said, if you're under that, then keep your options open.
Oh, we got another message.
Damn, tell me about my relationship. I've been with my hubby for 5 years. He had a fucked up life. I gave him a brand new one. I gave him a daughter to start up a new life. He wanted a career. Cause he's tired of the job that he had. He didn't pay no rent or nothing. I never asked him for no money, and we have daughters. And now when he have a career, what he did, he left me. Tell me, what should I do? Cause I'm over here confused. Like, did he just play me? Did he manipulate me? I gave him the best 5 years of my life.
Oh, okay. I got kind of confused on the fact that he had no job and he wasn't paying rent. Was that with you or what? But the fact that he had children with you and he left, I mean, that's a pretty shitty thing. In life, you can't just keep people around. If somebody wants to leave, then they're going to leave. You don't want to force anything upon anybody at any time. So, I understand. But the fact that he just left, and if he isn't taking care of his kids, like people grow apart, I understand. But I always tell people, if you have kids with somebody, always stick around, always be there, because you don't want somebody just to grow up to be a single parent. That ain't cool. But he'll also be taking care of his daughter. So, if he isn't doing that, then you chose a shitty guy to be with.
Yeah, I believe if you have a child, even if you get divorced, I think you should still stay together. Not stay together, but still be in the child's life, because every child needs two parents. And you don't want to put on like the person you left to be both parents at the same time, because that's awful.
Right. Well,
But
I would say not to get divorced. You know what I'm saying? Just don't separate. You know what I'm saying? Because majority of the time, whatever's going on, it could be worked through. You know, unless it's drugs or abuse of some sort going on, where you have to leave, then I understand. But majority of the time, it's not even that. So
right, like if unless it's a dangerous situation, there really shouldn't be any real reason to leave.
right, you know, we have to be adults and we have to look at the bigger picture, which is the kids. You know, we may be hurt, whatever the case may be, but these kids are way more important than our feelings.
You gotta put aside all the petty issues and stay. Now
Right.
we know what's her name. We know Kusa that he obviously didn't do that, and I'm sorry. And what it sounds like is that he kind of just coasted along on you, and then once he was able to provide for himself, then he dipped. But yeah, we have another message.
No, it's not that. See, we have a daughter together. When he was trying to proceed his career, he was like telling me a whole bunch of things. Like, I want to marry you. I want to be with you. I want to get a house with you. And he said the only way I can do it if I can only have a great career. So he pursued his career, and I supported him. I supported him by what? He can't pay no rent over here, so I did that. I paid the rent. I paid the light, the gas, and everything, so he won't have to pay for nothing that he could pay for him to go to school. Once he finished and he was done, bam, he didn't want to be with me. I'm a wifey material. I don't go out or go to the club. I stay at home and take care of my kids.
Yeah, you just chose the wrong guy to be with. You know what I'm saying? This is not a woman's duty to just be paying rent and paying for everything. The guy's just at home, you know, doing whatever. Even if he is going to school, you know what I'm saying? He can still go out and get a job and contribute to the house in some way or another.
Like at fast food or something. Get one of the easy jobs, and then quit your job whenever you're finished with school, and then
Right. You still get a part-time job, you know. Shit, I went to school. I go to school and work, you know, and I pay my rent, you know. So there's
Same
really
here.
right.
Well, but I'm single, so I mean, I guess it's easier for me.
Yeah, you know, that's it. Like, even if you were to get in a relationship, you know. That's the thing. That's the thing with y'all ladies. Y'all need to stop getting these charity cases.
Because charity,
Y'all dudes too. You know, y'all dudes too. You know, if you ain't got it financially, or you still trying to figure things out, put dating to the side. You know what I'm saying? The women always be here. Put that date to the side to where you like, okay, I can support myself. I'm not living at home with my folks. I can get an apartment or a house, whatever the case may be, and get a car, you know, or transportation to get back and forth from work. I can put food in my refrigerator, clothes on my back. When you can do all that, then that's it. That's what I'm saying. Be grounded first. And then you can say, okay, let me go out and pursue dating a woman.
try to run with Bambi legs. No. Yeah. I just lost my train of thought again. Darn.
Oh, but let me say this, because you know I don't want to shit on my guys that, you know, get in the circumstances to where, you know, they got to reset or they got to build again, because I know life happens. You know what I'm saying? I know some dudes, they do shit when they're young, they go to jail, they get out, they don't have anything. I understand that, you know what I'm saying? But just because you got out, you should not be like, let me live off a woman and have her support me while I do things. You know what I'm saying? No, man, focus on yourself, get yourself established, and then go get a woman, man.
We got another message here.
Just a quick question. Say the guy's working and the woman's at home looking after the kids or the child. Child's not that old, just over 1. Like, what should the guy be expected to sort of help out when he gets home a little bit, or not? Because in my eyes, I see it as you should be helping out at least a little bit. Like, so just wanted your opinions on that, that's all. Thank you.
Yeah,
So I was gonna take it first.
he still has to raise the child when he comes home. You know, whatever the case needs, whatever's going on in the household, he still has to be there for the child. He still has to be there for the woman. But some things should already be just taken care of because she's home all day. You know, food, clothes, whatever needs to be tidied around the house, shopping, you know, whatever the case needs to be. Maybe she's taking, well, you said young, but maybe she's taking the kids to school or soccer practice or something. She comes home, you know, but when he comes home, you know, he still, if the child needs to be talked to or help with homework, whatever, maybe she can understand it. He comes home, he helps the child with the rest of the homework. You know, he sends him to bed, tucks him in. Then, you know, he eats dinner, he's talking to his wife. You know, they're spending the rest of the night together, things like that. But she isn't supposed to be a maid either. He's supposed to be putting his clothes where the clothes need to go, not just throwing them on the floor, not coming in and making a mess, leaving dishes. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the dishes are already washed and he comes in, he eats, wash the dishes you just used.
Yeah, he shouldn't be like.
Don't just leave things just because she's home all day.
I believe when it comes to raising a child that it should be as close to 50-50 as possible. You know, like, especially a young child. Like, if you're always working and like never home, that's kind of that comes to a detriment to the child's health sometimes. Well, mental health sometimes, because if you have an absentee parent, well, they're not going to respect you as much as a full-time parent. Which is why, as kids, we tend to gravitate to our mothers more than our fathers. So yeah.
Right, and that's why it's that trickle effect to where I say be grounded, know what you want to do in life. That's why I say 50,000. You know what I'm saying? That's the average salary in the U.S. If you're making 50,000, you don't have to work 7 days a week. You know, you can work 5 to 6, but you're still working about 8 hours. You know, but if you're not grounded and you're 34 working minimum wage, more than likely, and you're living on your own or living with kids, more than likely you got to work, 6 to 7 days a week, then pay babysitter and all this, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's a trickle effect.
So many different variables, so many different, circumstances that can change, like parenting techniques and skills and stuff.
Right. But I know guys that before they had kids, they made a certain amount of money, and then once they had kids, then they had enough to where they can dial back and say, hey, I'm only working 5 days a week, 8 hours, and that's it. Because I already have, schooling paid off, or whatever the case may be. I already have that lined up, so I could just, now that I have a 5-year-old or whatever, now I could just sit back and be home with the 5-year-old all day.
Right. Like, give your wife like days off. Like how guys, like, if you're working, you need days off. Give your wife a day off.
Right.
Now we have another message. I'm gonna go ahead and play it.
So I'm trying to read this book by how you call it, Steve Harvey, and I'm trying to get more details about it. So how can I figure out who's a player and who's a manipulator, so I won't have to be in that predicament again? And like, how can I find a great guy and stuff? Because it's so hard to find someone to accept your kids and to have a stable foundation of what I want, because I know what I want as a woman. But like, how can I find a guy that's the same compatible as me that knows what he wants.
Yeah, the only way to figure it out is through communication and time. So, that's to answer your first question about being a player. Communication and time. So if you know what you want, you know you want to be in a monogamous relationship, then you communicate that. That's what he said he want, and you're explaining this all on the first date. You're getting out the way. Then as time goes by, if they're showing they still into you, they don't have anything to hide, nothing, no red flags, because you know when a red flag comes up, if you ignore it, that's on you. But no, like I said, you're continuing into 3-4 weeks, no red flags. Like I said, you have kids, so you have to give it more time. You don't just want to bring anybody around your kids. So you're just getting to know them. You know what I'm saying? For I would say, let me see, 4 weeks, maybe 8 weeks before you bring them around your kids. You know what I'm saying? Just to be safe. So you want to know, does he have a good employment, things like that. Like you want to know a lot about him, because you don't want to just bring anybody around your kids. Maybe if he has kids or whatever the case may be, and just really spend time with this person as much as you can because you have kids, and just, are they living their words? You know what I'm saying? And that's for the guys. Is this guy, is he who he is, who he's saying he is? Does everything line up? There ever at any time and point where he switches up and I'm just like, well, he didn't say that before?
You got to find holes in their stories.
Don't ignore it. I don't know. He said his name was Craig. Now he's saying it's Matthew. I don't know what's going on. He said he had 3 ex-girlfriends. Now he's saying he has 2. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just small things like that. Just keep a mental memory, you know what I'm saying, of the person you're dating, and actually see the longevity that does it last. You know what I'm saying? In their story. And then for the second part, when it comes to finding a good person, you just have to know where you are and where your standards are. You have to match yourself with your standards. Don't have your standards. Don't say, well, I want a guy with no kids and you got 2. That doesn't make any sense.
I believe it is virtually impossible to just have like a cheat code of like finding the good guys. I think the way to find like the good guys is in all the tiny details and the finest details. Not like they're big. Not like if they tell a whole grand story, right? Look for the tiny details. If like the way they describe things, the way they talk about other people. I think that's how you, like, my experience finding good people.
Right. How usually it's always how the phone conversation is. Is a person only calling you between 5 and 6? You know what I'm saying? Or only talking to you on Tuesdays and Saturdays? You know what I'm saying? Is the communication high? Is the communication low? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I said, I tell people this all the time. Obama was the president of the United States for 8 years. He still had time to take pictures with his wife and his family. So if he had that kind of time, wherever this person works, they have time. Unless they say they're CIA or Secret Service or in the military, you got time.
Or firefighter. We have another message.
No, but it's hard because you know why? Right now, guys are very shy. The only guy that I see that's not shy is the guy from New York, because they like to step up and talk to females however they want to. And you got other females that likes that, that gangster people, that want to talk to you in a different kind of way. But there's guys that's very shy. They look at you, but they don't want to say nothing to you. And I see multiple women are stepping up like a guy and try to talk to them.
See, I find a lot of guys are actually more introverted than extroverted. Like a lot of, not, I don't want to say normal people, but like not a lot of the people who aren't like, in the thug life. I don't know what the good term for that is, but a lot of people who aren't in that are more reserved. They're not more I mean, there are outgoing people who aren't like that. I will say that, but there's not a lot, you know. So I I will say probably either the most attractive thing or the most scariest thing is a woman coming up to a guy and asking them out, or the woman putting themselves out there. That is
I would,
probably yeah.
I would have to say cap on that, because it's all about if he finds you attractive enough, I don't care how shy he say he is, he's going to want to speak. If you're looking good, you're attractive in his eyes. Like I said, you got something going for you. You got them heels on, you got that dress on, and everything else with going on with you. He's going to look at you. He's going to want to speak. And you're also, ladies, you have to give him an opportunity. If you're surrounded by 4 girls, or if you're walking with your guy best friend, he ain't gonna talk to you.
There's also like a huge fear of rejection aspect to that,
I was about to get.
A lot of guys have that like fear.
I was gonna. Yeah, guys have these things going too. But like I said, if she's looking on point and the opportunity, and she gives him an opportunity, let's say she is going out with her friends. You if you see that guy looking at you and you looking at him and you like he's attracted to you, he's looking at you, give a little window of opportunity. Excuse me, girls, let me tie my shoe. Y'all go on ahead. You know what I'm saying? And just text on your phone or something, or just stand there, look around. Flirt a little bit. Ladies, y'all gotta flirt too. You know what I'm saying? Just throw a friendly wave or something, or do a little glance. You know what I'm saying? It's up to him to walk over too. Right. Ladies, y'all gotta fun. Give that man a window of opportunity. And 2, flirt a little bit. If he don't come up to you after those 2 things, and that's on him, and give him something, something to look at, be attractive. Break those heels out if you single.
All right,
put that dress on. If you just out walking, if you're just wearing leggings and a t-shirt, you ain't gonna want to sit there. Leggings and t-shirt. Everybody wear that. Be the star of the show, ladies.
All right, we have another message and we'll play it.
So, like I was telling you, about the book Steve Harvey. So, should I make a guy wait for 90 days for sex?
Hell no.
So I can get to know him more. If I'm able to date him and get to know him.
Hell no. The waiting phase is only reserved for virgins. That is it. If you done already did the do, especially if you got kids, ain't no need to wait.
Now the real question: how long are you gonna wait to do it at your house?
Yeah, you ain't necessarily got to do it at your house. We all adults. There's motel rooms and everything else. You definitely want to give it time to, like I said, to know this person. But like as I said before, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, y'all went on about 3-4 dates. Y'all was already out in public. Y'all done already sat down for about 2-3 hours in person. Y'all been texting for 14 days on the phone. What else is there to wait on?
Especially if you both have like if you don't get any red flags, if both your personalities match.
Yeah. Now you still got to be safe about it. You still got to use protection.
Definitely.
But if you're not no virgin, ain't no need to be waiting. Especially if you got kids. Cause you gotta let that known to be how you gonna say on the first date you're gonna say if you got kids or not, and then you're gonna have them wait saying you got kids. Cause that don't make any sense.
All right, man. It's going on to an hour. Probably gonna wrap it up in like 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. If anybody wants to queue up a call with me, just leave a message.
Um, all right. So, like, you have any more advice for like people dating with kids? Like, do you? Yeah. Any more like general advice for that?
Dating with kids, like I said, it was pretty much it was pretty much the same thing. The only thing you add on is when should they meet the kids. So you just want to give that a little bit more time, but everything else is usually still the same as far as regular dating.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just want like 2 months to go by, and you want to know, like, if this person says, "Oh yeah, you got kids. I'm down with that. I have kids, or I'm down to be a stepdad, or whatever the case may be." Then just let that be known. If he's okay with that or she's okay with that. Oh yeah, another thing. Let it be known that you're still in contact with the other child's parent.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nothing else is going on. Like, you're just keeping that strictly business. Because if you broke up with the child's parent, ain't no booty calls. You have to realize that if you want somebody else to come in your life and take care of your child, that they're going to be there for your child. So this is going to be the other person that's going to be in your child's life, and they have to have full parental control at one point. Once there's a relationship gets serious.
I think.
If you're involved with the other parent, they have to know, like, okay, I'm seeing this other person, and once the relationship starts to get serious, like, all right, they're gonna step up and be here emotionally and financially and physically for the child and be a step parent. You have to let them know that, or if they're not there, you ain't got to worry about it. But you also have to give them that role too. So go ahead. What were you about to say?
I was gonna say the last topic, the last little bit we could talk about is proposing and like engagement. What would be like the perfect way to propose to a woman or significant other?
Oh well, there is no perfect way. Everybody's different. The best way would be when you're both ready. You both met each other's parents, and this is something really ready to do. And like I said, you would get to know that person, so you would know, what's going to bring the spark in her eyes. You know what I'm saying? When you pop that question, so be creative. You're the guy. Know her ring size. When you go to buy rings, everybody's different about rings. You know what I'm saying? So I think the saying is about 2/3 of your salary or something like that.
2/3.
I think that's what it is. But here's what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what their finances is like. So if you're the one to go out and spend $1,200 on a TV, then you should be spending more than that on an engagement ring. If you go out and you get that GT Mustang or that Hellcat, and that's what you can afford, then you can afford a decent engagement ring. Now if you're a little conservative with your money, and you don't live this extravagant lifestyle, and you're not buying big screen TVs and PlayStation 5s when they first come out, and iPhones, if you're not spending money like that, then you be a little more modest with your money, because you're already like that. But you can ease, like I said, on the cheap end, you get an engagement ring for about, I think, like $1,800 or $1,200, something like that, just to start. If you don't have money like that, and of course, as time goes on, you can just upgrade to a bigger and better ring.
I have a question. I have another question. What is during the wedding? Do you use the engagement ring? Do you use the engagement ring as the wedding ring? Or are
It
they
all
usually the same ring, or do you get a second ring?
no. There's a second ring. So there's engagement ring, then there's a wedding ring. Sometimes they come in sets. So sometimes I've seen where there's like a band for the engagement ring, and then there's a middle ring for the engagement ring. So imagine like a band. Sometimes it may be diamonds without diamonds. It depends. So let's just say without diamonds. So basically, it'll be like, let's say, a gold band, and then there's a space in the middle, there's a slot in the middle, and then on the wedding day, you slide the ring in between the slots in the engagement ring, and then the diamond is in the middle. So sometimes they sell them in sets like that, or sometimes you can buy them separate, or whatever the case may be. Or sometimes it could just be one ring.
All right, that's pretty dope.
It all depends on the people's financial background.
We have one question left, and then I probably have to end it.
Oh yeah, you know what? Thank you for inviting. Cause I forgot about that. What you just said. Cause my daughter's father, very jealous man. It's like he leave me, but it's like he don't want me to pursue my happiness. So like I am talking to someone. He is a great guy. We've been talking. But when I was talking to the guy on the phone, it's like he had an attitude. Now, how can I fix that? And how can I talk to him? Because he's a very hard-headed guy. It's like he don't want no one around his daughter. It's like he don't want no one around me or his daughter. So like I'm trying to help him and talk to him.
Well, you're your own person, you know what I mean? So you have to talk to them and say, hey, like, either we gonna be together and you gonna straighten it up, or y'all gotta work something out legally. You know what I'm saying? Because we're adults here. You shouldn't have to live alone because he feels though you shouldn't be talking to anybody else.
I don't think he's being hard. I think he's being selfish.
Yeah, he is being selfish. You know what I mean? So he gonna have to. Come on now, we can't be out here playing games. If he wants that, then obviously he wants to be with you. But if he don't, then hey, I got to move on.
All right, man. I think that's the end of this conversation. If you want to say your like Instagram or Twitter.
Yeah, everything's on my profile. But if y'all want to give me a follow on here, my name is Sauce on Stereo. Go ahead and hit me up. If any of the listeners want to start a call with me, go ahead and call me, and I'll click over.
All right, man. Thank you for indulging me in this conversation. You have a nice day.
All right, man.